my name is Dara. This is my second year doing the Christmas Carol on the Trolley, and I play two roles. I play Mrs. Cratchit, and then I also play the Ghost of Christmas Past. So kind of two very different things, but I'm in like every scene, and I just go back and forth between the two. So kind of a little bit crazy sometimes, but pretty fun. They're definitely very different. So Mrs. Cratchit is, the sweet mother, also the wife of Bob Cratchit, who's one of the main characters in the story. So definitely not a big fan of Ebenezer, but understands, the way he is, and just kind of accepts it because, her husband needs to keep a job and provide for their family. And it's kind of cool because every night we use audience members for Tim and Kathy for the kids. So, sometimes it's kids and it's really cute, and sometimes it's like adults and, Tiny Tim is 6 foot tall. So it's always, an interesting time. And then my other character is the Ghost of Christmas Past, and she's a little bit, saucy and is always kind of speaking out. Tries to get Ebenezer to learn things, but is definitely, a little bit more feisty and vocal than some of the other ghosts.
My name's Joey. I play Sam Boskov, Jacob Harley, who's a take on Jacob Marley, a young Jacob Harley, and finally, Lawrence.
Oh, I play Bev. I forgot.
Yeah, she plays my wife.
How can I forget?
I'm forgetful like that. Not in her mind. This is my first year doing the trolley. Been doing theater since I was a kid, but this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, where it's this interactive and this random. Well, we've done 3 shows so far, and each one had its own headaches, but they keep you on your toes, and it makes us think on our feet quite a bit times. So I
think between the two of us, most of the scenes that we're in together, but I think I see Joey way more during the scenes than I do, when we're backstage running between the places. It's like I'll see him for like 2 seconds, and it's just like, oh, hey, and then, it's like the next thing, or like, can you grab my costume? Can you take it to the next spot? So,
or in my case, I say, where do we go next?
He is classically known for that.
How do we get there?
I think the hardest thing, but also kind of the most interesting thing about the backstage is every shop is different. So like some shops, there's a back entrance and things like that. So, it's a little bit easier that, we can transition, and other times we're running through an alley looking for a back door. There's no door there, and then we have to run around the front and try and beat the trolley. So definitely a lot of planning goes on, in the background. Julia, who plays 3 of the female roles, is kind of our point person. So she is kind of on stage, the least. So she's doing a lot of the background coordinating and knows where to go. She moves the car. We usually keep all of our costumes in one car, and she'll move the car and let us know kind of where it's at and say, hey, this is where the car is. Then you have to run there, get to the car, change your costume, all before the next scene starts.
And hope there's parking spaces.
Oh, yeah, right. I guess West Reading is pretty busy too.
Yeah, West Reading's a little different than, Genesi is, so definitely different being outside than in a theater.
Well, I think we kind of gauge the audience how it is with the first couple opening scenes, and then we kind of just go with it. Like
so
if we're near somebody,
how the rest of the night might go then.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I think every single audience is different. Some audiences really want to get into the scene where you almost have to be like, okay, you got to hold back, and then some audiences, you really have to engage them, but always by the end, audiences are just really enjoying it and really enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it's funny because one time you'll have one show, one line will make the whole entire audience laugh, and then you'll do a show the very next night or that very night, that same line won't make that audience laugh, but another line will.
So how do you adjust for that then?
I think you just kind of always have to stay on your toes. We could do 3 shows in one day, but you have to treat every single show as if that was your only show that day, and it needs to be unique. And you can't get sloppy. You have to kind of stay on your toes and stay invested.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think it's the whole fact of, you can't judge a book by its cover. No matter how a person acts, no matter how a person is, they can always change. They can always be changed by the Christmas spirit, So definitely always being kind, paying it forward to that person behind you in the Starbucks line, that kind of stuff.
That's great.
It is. I mean, if people walk away with that warm feeling inside, being like, oh, that was really neat, that was different, that was whatever, that's a job well done then. That's their goal's been accomplished if they can talk about it afterwards and go, that's a
And
show.
recommend to their friends then.
Absolutely.
All right, that's great. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, humbug. Christmas, what a bunch of nonsense.